We are here with so many different faiths, different religions. I think it's great that in this world we have so many different religions that can serve everybody, because each people have different mindset, different point of view and seeing things. So all the religions in this world are be able to serve all the people. I think it's very grateful for all of us here. And please continue going to church, to the temple, or wherever we practice, to continue listen and practice for ourselves. But yet, after all those practicing for all the religions that we are doing every day, we all human beings have one religion in common, which is the religion of peace, love and kindness, and compassion that we are worshiping every single day. Let us all continue worshiping that religions. That temple is in our mind. Let us all do that every day so peace can begin, blooms, and flourish. Thank you so much, everyone. May you all be well, happy, and be safe. From Texas, Fort Worth, Texas to here, 6 states that we have walked. We had encounters so many problems on this physical body and also mentally. But we have never given up, even though it's a tough journey. It's a really tough journey for all of us. Some of us are barefooted, regardless of shoes or no shoes. All of us encountered blisters, stepping on nails, screw, glass. We have leg injuries, we have knee injuries, back problem, and everything. But we have never given up. We get up every day at 4 a.m. to prepare and start walking again, even though there's our days that we are exhausted. Seeing all the people coming out for this same mission, that tells us that we are deeply in the stage of sufferings. I have said this before. The reason why I decided to do this walk for peace is because of seeing so many sufferings around me in Fort Worth, Texas alone, and around the world where I travel for disaster relief. Not just physically, but mostly mentally ill, with all kinds of sufferings that makes me feel helpless. I didn't know what to do, where to start. And I have this kind of thought, thinking that I have to do something to support our communities, our society, our country, and the people around this world, and for all beings. If I continue staying at the temple to serve small communities, I won't be able to spread what I practice to all the people around. And then I asked my teachers, can I do this? He said, yes, go for it. After that, we invited all the venerable monks from Thailand, from Vietnam, from France, and in the United States to join this walk. And we have monks, we have one brother monk that got his legs have to cut, amputated, but we still walk regardless. Everywhere we go now, the crowd is getting larger and larger, showing all this love and hospitality and support. Like today, it is overwhelmed. So many people support this mission. And I do truly hope that all of us coming out here today will walk with us to Washington, D.C. together in spirit. But Washington, D.C. is not the final destination because we do need world peace. So we have to walk until the end of our life, so that this world will be a better place for our future generation, our children's, grandchildren's, and so many more generations, and ourselves that we will be born to have a better place to live. In order for us to do that, we have to be mindful of every little thing we do in life. We have been too busy chasing the materialities and the outside world every single day. This world is moving too fast, and we are chasing after it. We didn't even have time to look back within. We didn't even have time to see our breath going in and out. We breathe just like a machine, like a robot that's been breathing to survive, waiting for the last minute, last moment of our life. This is what we have been doing for so long. Peace is already with us for so long, but we've forgotten it. We didn't realize that. Being so much distractions around us, living in this society, this world, we are doing multitask to survive. And the more we multitask, the more we will lose our concentration. While concentration is needed for us so much in this life, we do in one thing, and then we are doing another thing at the same time. We keep doing this, and we suffer. Every time when there is something happen, when the world is throwing lemons at us, we react, we suffer. The more we react, the more we suffer. It's because we cannot manage our emotion, our feelings. That is why we always react like a machine. After we act, we hold regret. Just like two pieces of rock hitting each other. What happens if two pieces of rock hitting each other? It will break into pieces. And our life is like that. Has been broke into so many pieces. But we still cannot get out of all those problem sufferings. We are still not realizing those. So after reacting, after encountering into a problem, to a fight, from the mentally, from the mindset, and then verbally, and then physically, we have three places to go. The first place to go, which is hospital. The second place we will go, which is jail. And the third place to go after a fight is funeral. These are the three places for all of us to go after we encounter a fight. And this is what we've been going through for so long in our family, our friends, our workplace, our neighbors. We've been separating ourselves with each other for so long. And then so whenever things happen, we always react and suffer. So our message is not to ask all of us to stand up for another fight. We have a lot of fights already. It's not necessary for us to go for another fight. Instead, we should fight one thing: our mind. Our mind is much more important than everything else. If we are living with mindfulness, there's nothing else that we should worry about. If we live in with mindfulness, there will be no fight. And so after walking for a long time, many days, walking through so many states, so many historical marked places, this makes me sad. Because of all those sadness history. And now people are still holding on into that hatred and anger. In front of all of us here, I ask, all those ancestors and all those people who have stand up to fight for peace, freedom, and everything for us to have this world, this place to live, and they have passed away. Let us now let go of all the hatred, all those angers. Let all those cease within loving kindness and compassion, so that peace can be bloom and flourish throughout this country and around the world. The only way for us to pay gratitude towards all of our ancestors and all those people is to live happily and peacefully. That is the way to pay gratitude. So for us to walk together with the venerable monks, we are not the person who will change this world. There is no way that we can change this world. But look at today. Look around you. We have so many different backgrounds, different skin colors, different languages that we speak, and different faith. But we are here together, and I know that there are many people been waiting for hours since morning for this. But there is no difference at all between all of us. Because we have the same blood color as red. We have the same taste of tear, which is salty. So there is no difference. And we should treat each other in a nice way. We should live and love each other, share compassion with each other, so that peace can begin from within each and every one of us. We have to start from ourselves first. And then we have to start from our small world, which is our family. If our family don't have peace, there will be no world peace. How many families are here today? We can't count. Imagine if all of us here, all these families are practicing to be mindful every day. Mindfulness isn't about Buddhists. It's for all beings, and we are not trying to convert anybody. Simply just walk with mindfulness and to share the technique of mindfulness and to share with you different ways to find peace. And so if we can do that every day, and in the morning when we wake up, when our mind is still fresh and clear, if we don't give our mind a job to do, it will pick up all the trash to chew it over and over. What are the trash? Hatred, anger, delusion, all the bad things in our life, all the bad habits of our life. If our mind is empty, it will pick up all those bad things to think over and over. And when we have all those thoughts popping up one after another, we are overwhelmed and we suffer. So before the mind's picking up all those trash to chew it over like a cow, the cows after eating the grass is ruminated and then chew it over and over. Our mind is doing the same thing. Before it think of all those bad things, give our mind a job to do by get a piece of paper and a pen out. Write this one statement down, even if we already memorize it. But please, give our hand, our mind, a job to do. Write out the statement and say, today is going to be my peaceful day. Just that one statement. Today is going to be my peaceful day. So what about now? Is today ours peaceful day? Yes. After you write that statement down, read it over and over with our eyes. Now our mind have another job, which is our eye. And then after that, read it out loud with our mouth. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Tell the universe that. Tell the universe that today is going to be my peaceful day, so no one can mess it up except ourselves. No one in this world can mess our day up. It doesn't matter what they say, what they do. If you don't let them mess it up, your day will be beautiful. Don't let anybody control us. And don't try to control anybody. Don't try to change anyone, but change ourselves. So if we can do that, to spread that statement to the universe, instead of hatred, anger. This universe has been received so much anger and hatred already. That is why it's poured down with all kinds of sufferings, disasters. Is that right? So now we should chant together, walk together. Let us all do this thing, one thing together for me right now. By saying, today is going to be my peaceful day. I count to 3, and all of us will say this statement, okay? 1, 2, 3. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Thank you so much. You hear that voice? If all the people in this world, every morning when we wake up, we spread this message to the universe, what will happen? The universe will receive that love, that peace, that compassion. It will shower down with love, compassion, and happiness and peaceful to all beings in this world. So the world will be bloom with peace and flourish with peace. That's all we need to do. And this journey is not easy, even though we walk in spirit. Walk with physical seems to be easier, much easier than walk in spirit. You know why? It's because we are too easy to give up on things that we cannot accomplish. Because we always expect the outcome. And the more we expect, the outcome will come to us. It's far away. So we have to practice without any expectation. We've been expect too much already. We expected our family to understand us, to know us well, while we don't want to understand the others. All those are also expectations. So now with this message of peace, let us all practice without any expectation. Let those peace bloom throughout our family, our country, and the whole world. So let us all walk together with the venerable monks, until the end of our life, so that this world will be a better place for all beings to live.
There is a profound and quiet revolution that happens when we simply place one foot in front of the other with a shared intention. Across the vast, varied landscapes of our country, a diverse collective of individuals has been moving together, their steps echoing a deep, universal yearning for something better. They are a mosaic of humanity, representing an incredible array of backgrounds, speaking different languages, and holding different faiths. Yet, as they walk together, side by side, a beautiful truth emerges from the rhythm of their shared journey. The realization that the multitude of religions and spiritual paths in our world are not walls that divide us, but rather different doors leading into the exact same room. Every person has a unique mindset, a distinct lens through which they view existence, and it is a gift that we have so many traditions to serve this vast spectrum of human perspective. We are encouraged to go to our respective churches, temples, mosques, and sanctuaries, to practice our beliefs and listen to the teachings that resonate with our individual souls. But when the services end, when the doors of the physical buildings close, we are all left standing in the shared sanctuary of the human experience. Beneath the surface of our differing doctrines, we all belong to one overarching faith, the religion of peace, love, kindness, and compassion. This is the daily worship of the heart. The true temple is not built of stone or wood, it is constructed within our own minds. When we tend to this inner temple every single day, we create the fertile ground where peace can begin, bloom, and flourish. To cultivate this inner garden, however, requires an immense amount of courage and an unwavering willingness to face the reality of pain. The physical journey of walking across states is not a gentle stroll. It is an arduous, grueling test of endurance. Imagine walking barefoot on unforgiving pavement, stepping on nails, screws, and broken glass. Picture the inevitable blisters, the aching leg injuries, the knee problems, and the sheer exhaustion that settles deep into the bones when the alarm sounds at 4 a.m. to start another day of endless walking. The physical toll is staggering, yet the people walking do not give up. They persist because the physical blisters and bruised heels are merely a reflection of a much deeper, more pervasive kind of suffering that blankets our world. We live in a time where so many are profoundly ill, not just in the physical sense, but mentally and spiritually. We see communities fractured, societies straining under the weight of division, and individuals drowning in a quiet, helpless despair. It is easy to look at the magnitude of this global pain and feel paralyzed, wondering where to even begin. But the response to this helplessness cannot be retreat. We cannot simply stay within the comfortable, insulated walls of our own small lives and hope the world heals itself. We must step out into the open, acknowledge the profound stage of suffering we are collectively experiencing, and physically and spiritually walk toward a solution, no matter how many blisters we accumulate along the way. A significant root of this pervasive suffering lies in the sheer, unmanageable velocity of modern life. We have built a world that moves too fast, a society obsessed with chasing materiality and external validation at a breakneck speed. In our desperate attempt to keep up, we have become chronic multitaskers, frantically juggling responsibilities just to survive the day. But this constant juggling comes at a steep cost. We lose our concentration, our center, and our connection to the present moment. We are so busy looking forward to the next task, the next goal, the next acquisition, that we entirely forget to look within. We forget to witness the simple, miraculous rhythm of our own breath going in and out. Instead, we breathe mechanically, like machines or robots, taking in air merely to keep the biological engine running while we wait, unconsciously, for the last moments of our lives. We have been living this way for so long that we have forgotten a fundamental truth. Peace is not something we have to manufacture or chase down. It has been with us all along. It resides in the stillness we so rarely allow ourselves to visit. When we constantly divide our attention, doing one thing while anxiously planning another, we fracture our consciousness. This perpetual state of distraction ensures that we suffer, disconnected from the profound depth and beauty of the present moment. Because we are so disconnected and uncentered, we become incredibly vulnerable to the unpredictable nature of life. When the world inevitably throws lemons at us, when unexpected challenges or harsh words come our way, we do not respond with grace, we react. And the more we blindly react, the more deeply we suffer. Our inability to manage our own emotions and hold space for our feelings turns us into reactive machines. We lash out verbally, emotionally, or physically, and only in the quiet aftermath do we feel the heavy, sinking weight of regret. It is like taking two solid pieces of rock and forcefully striking them against one another. They do not merge, they shatter into countless, jagged pieces. Our lives, and our relationships, have been broken into pieces by this very same friction. When we encounter a problem, our unmanaged minds lead us into fights, first internally, then verbally with others, and sometimes physically. The harsh reality of this unchecked reactivity is that it ultimately leads down one of three tragic paths: the hospital, the jail, or the funeral. This is the devastating cycle we have perpetuated in our families, our workplaces, and our neighborhoods, constantly separating ourselves from one another through conflict. The answer is not to stand up and prepare for yet another fight with the outside world. We have fought enough. The only battle truly worth engaging in is the one within our own minds. Our mind is the control center of our reality, and if we can learn to live with true mindfulness, managing the space between a trigger and our reaction, the external fights will naturally dissolve. This internal softening is especially crucial when we look at the broader tapestry of our collective history. As we move through the world, passing through historic places marked by past conflicts and deep-seated sadness, it is easy to feel the residual weight of that inherited pain. So many people are still tightly holding on to the hatred and anger of previous generations, carrying the heavy baggage of old wars and injustices. But we must ask ourselves how we can truly honor the ancestors who stood up, struggled, and fought for the freedom and the world we inhabit today. The highest form of gratitude we can offer them is not to carry their anger forward, but to definitively let it go. We must allow the historical hatred to cease within us, replacing it with active loving kindness and compassion. It is only when we drop the weapons of the past that peace can finally bloom and flourish, spreading from our local communities outward across the entire country and the world. We may not have the power to single-handedly change the entire globe, but we possess the absolute power to change the atmosphere of our immediate surroundings by choosing not to pass the inherited rocks of resentment down to the next generation. To stop this cycle, we must become deeply intentional about how we begin each day. When we first wake up in the morning, our minds are relatively fresh and pure, like an empty vessel. But if we do not deliberately give our minds a constructive job to do, they will automatically default to picking up the trash of our lives. Left undirected, the mind will gravitate toward hatred, anger, delusion, and anxiety, picking up these toxic thoughts and chewing them over and over again. It is much like a cow that grazes on grass, only to regurgitate it and chew it endlessly throughout the day. When we allow our minds to passively ruminate on all the bad habits and grievances of our lives, the thoughts multiply, overwhelming us and plunging us right back into suffering. To break this cycle, we must intervene before the mind starts chewing the trash. We can do this by giving the mind a clear, beautiful assignment the moment we wake up. Imagine taking a piece of paper and a pen and physically writing down a single, powerful declaration. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Even if you have the words memorized, the physical act of writing gives your hand and your mind a unified purpose. Then, you read it with your eyes, giving another sense a job to do. Finally, you speak it out loud, letting the vibration of your voice tell the universe exactly what kind of day you are going to have. When you boldly claim your peace in this way, you realize that absolutely no one has the power to mess up your day except yourself. It does not matter what other people say or do. If you refuse to let them break your peace, your day will remain beautiful. We must stop trying to control others, stop letting others control us, and focus entirely on mastering our own internal landscape. When we commit to this daily practice of mindfulness and non-reactivity, we realize that the journey of peace has no final geographical destination. Reaching a capital city, or achieving a specific milestone, is not the end of the road, because the true necessity is enduring, worldwide peace. This means we must commit to walking this path, whether physically or in spirit, until the very end of our lives. It is the only way to ensure that this world becomes a genuinely better, safer place for our children, our grandchildren, and the countless generations waiting to be born. The reason this spiritual walk is often so much harder than a physical one is that we are constantly battling our own expectations. We expect immediate outcomes. We expect our families to understand us completely, even while we resist putting in the effort to understand them. These heavy expectations are the invisible weights that make us want to give up when the results seem too far away. The ultimate liberation comes when we learn to practice peace without demanding an immediate return on our investment. We must simply walk, share our compassion, and treat each other beautifully, recognizing that beneath our different skin colors and languages, our blood is the same red, and our tears carry the same salt. If millions of us wake up every morning and send a unified message of peace into a universe that has been battered by anger, the universe cannot help but shower love, compassion, and happiness back down upon us. This is the quiet, lifelong pilgrimage we are all invited to join, a journey of the heart where every mindful step we take actively heals the world.